Yes, so our next organism is Nisseria meningitidis, and you all heard about this organism. It is the main organism which cause meningitis basically. Okay, so it is the main cause, and Nisseria by the scientist this name occurs. Then in the introductory part, you can see that it is a gram-negative organism, aerobic. Okay, non-sporing, non-motile, and it is a diplococcus. Okay, so it occurs in pairs. Then it is a maltose and glucose fermenter. Maltose plus glucose. It can ferment. It can ferment both. But the second species of this Neisseria is the gonorrhea. Neisseria gonorrhea, which does not ferment maltose. It only ferment glucose. So you can identify this organism and differentiate by this maltose test that whether it is a meningitis or gonorrhea. So culture. In the culture, we can see that normally it is not able to grow in blood agar. So what we have to do, we heat this blood agar and make it as a chocolate agar. And in chocolate agar, it can grow. In the chocolate agar, the selective media for this is TMM media, which is Thayer Martin agar. Okay, and this media includes uh, VCN. VCN media. It is also called VCN media because VCN consists of vancomycin, colistin, and Neisserin. Okay, so this media also called as this, and this promote the meningitis growth. This media actually promotes the growth of this microorganism and inhibit the others. Then the biochemical reaction. In the biochemical reaction, you can see that it is a cat and oxidase positive. Cat-oxy positive. Okay, so you can remember this as like cat-oxy positive. Cat plus catalase and oxidase positive. Okay, in antigenic structure. In antigenic structure, there are basically 12 serogroups. And with starting of the serogroup, I want to tell you about that. This classification, serogroup, according to the capsular polysaccharide, which is present in the capsule of this organism. Capsular polysaccharide along with lipopolysaccharide. Okay, so by this outer layer it divided into 12 serogroups, and this organism contain antigenic structure like IgA protease and endotoxin. ओके, सो आईजी प्रोटीज क्या होता है यार? नॉर्मली होता ही है कि जब बॉडी में इन्वेट करता है ऑर्गेनिज्म नेजल एपिथेलियम में, तो वहाँ जाके अपनी पिलाई के थ्रू ये ट्रैप हो जाता है, वहाँ जाके बैठ जाता है, और वहाँ ये आईजी प्रोटीज रिलीज करता है। और होता ये है कि जो नॉर्मल बॉडी का डिफेंस मैकेनिज्म है, वहाँ पे जो नॉर्मल बॉडी का डिफेंस मैकेनिज्म उसको ये आईजी प्रोटीज के हेल्प से रोकता है। यस, तो जो बॉडी का डिफेंस मैकेनिज्म उसको ये रोकता है। ओके, सो नेक्स्ट वी टॉक अबाउट द पैथोजेनेसिस. In the pathogenesis, you can see that it causes various type of diseases. First is the meningitis, and second is meningococcemia. What is meningococcemia? It is basically when the organism invades to the blood with the help of lymphatic system. It invades in blood and cause infection there. So the basic diseases, the basic symptoms which you feel in the body is acute fever with chills, and malaise, थकावट, स्ट्रेस एंड DIC सिंड्रोम, विच इज डिसमिनेटेड इंट्रावेस्कुलर कोएगुलेशन. अब डिसमिनेटेड इंट्रावेस्कुलर कोएगुलेशन होता है कि आपके बॉडी में जगह जगह कोएगुलेशन हो जाता है. ठीक है, you will heard about this term in your pathology in the third year. And the meningitis, which is the inflammation of meninges of brain. This is the most common organism which causes inflammation. So basically there are three organisms which cause this inflammation. First, the most common is Neisseria meningitis. The second is Streptococcus pneumonia, and third is the Haemophilus influenza. Okay, so meningitis, the main symptoms in meningitis, you can see headache, fever, photophobia, phonophobia, and neck stiffness. Okay, and if this meningococcemia is turned into your severe form, it can cause Waterhouse-Friderichsen syndrome. Waterhouse-Friderichsen syndrome. And this Waterhouse-Friderichsen syndrome, it is a triad symptom in which you can see that there is a shock because of the decreased cardiac output. Then you can see the patient has disseminated intravascular coagulation. And the third one is the multi-system organ failure. Multi-system organ failure. Okay. So basically, the organism invades, and it normally causes in those patients which are immunocompromised, like which have the deficiency of complement protein from C5 to C9, which is deficiency of this complement. Okay, these patient cause meningitis, and it basically cause in those patients which are immunocompromised, or those patients which have terminal complement deficiency. Okay, so treatment, in the treatment you can give the patient penicillin, and if it is resistant to it, then you can give chloramphenicol. Thank you. This much is all about Neisseria meningitis.